Welcome to 25 and Broke, where I teach you how to stop being broke financially, socially, physically, and spiritually so that you can stop being a wuss and start being a winner. Today, we are talking about God is a purple dinosaur for children. God is a purple dinosaur for children. What the bleep? So where I got that line or tagline is from a buddy of mine, but I'll go into that story in a second. Let me start with this. Back in the day, back when I was out partying and doing my prodigal son years and just living that crazy, sinful, wild young man lifestyle, I was empty. I was empty inside. I've shared this on other episodes. I was empty. I just had this huge void that needed to be filled. And what did I do? I filled it with the wrong things. I filled it with girls. I filled it with money. I filled it with success. I filled it with partying, and I filled it with alcohol and, just wrong choices, poor decisions. And eventually that caught up with me. And those feelings, or I should say those things that I kind of worshipped back then, right? All those different things I made my God. They never filled that deep down void inside of me. And you know that void I'm talking about, the one that makes you feel fulfilled, makes you feel like you're living on purpose, like your life has meaning. That one. And that's the one that was empty for me because I was godless. And because I was godless, I was hopeless, right? I had this despair. Like, is it going to get better? Is my life going to get better, or is this all there is? And that's a crappy place to be. So listen up, Bold Nation. If that's where you are in your life right now, I'm speaking to you. Listen, open these ears, open your heart, and let's see where we go with this, right? So a friend of mine, great guy. He's an awesome guy. I respect him. Great business guy. He's a badass fighter. Just a real all-around macho guy, and I like him. He likes me. We have mutual respect for each other. However, with that mutual respect, sometimes we're very candid with each other, right? We don't have to talk softly on it because we're going to offend each other's feelings. That's not how we are. We're men, right? We don't care about those feelings. So he'll be direct with me. I'll be direct with him. And I remember this one day, he just called me out in front of like a group of all these guys I respected. And somehow we were talking about God and faith or whatever, and that topic came up. And I spoke about how I believe in God, right? And what he said to me was this. He goes, Joseph, God is a purple dinosaur for children. Make believe, something to make you feel good about the world. But he doesn't exist. And if you believe God exists, you're an idiot. That was tough, right? So I respect him, he respects me, but someone's calling you out in public, that's tough. And I remember how I handled it. And I looked at him and I said, Am I an idiot? Because last time I checked, let me ask you this question. If I'm an idiot, then why am I happier than you are? Right? Why does my life have meaning? Why does my life have purpose? Why do I have fulfillment and you don't? Why? And I remember he kind of responded and it just kind of pulled back a little, recoiled, and he didn't know how to answer that. And I said, listen, if you have it all figured out with your godlessness, then why aren't you this happy, fulfilled person, excited about life, walking around? Now, I get it. You try to put on this persona of happiness, but deep down I can see right through that, and so can others. You have the void that I used to have. Here's why I can speak on it, because I was where you were. And I no longer am there. God filled that void, and I feel complete. I feel fulfilled, and my life has meaning. I am intentional now. I know why I'm here. And you could have the same thing too. And that's what I said to him, right? So you can imagine I kind of was like, it planted a seed, it gave him something to think about. So if that's where you are in your life, and you're somebody who says God doesn't exist, and anyone who believes God exists is a freaking idiot, then I ask you, if your religion of godlessness, and it is a religion, right? Because you have your own belief systems about not believing in other people's religions, that you've created your own religion. It's called atheism, right? So let me just break down the three main popular things, right? Different religions right now. And I'm not going to go into all denominations, but let's look at Christianity, right? Christianity, Christians, people who are followers of Christ, Jesus Christ, historical figure, proven right throughout history that existed, and we believe as the Son of God himself, that God sent his only Son down because he loved us so much and wanted to help us, free us from our poor decisions, and I spoke about mine earlier, so that he could be with us in heaven for all eternity. So Christians believe and hope in an eternity, that this is not the end. This short amount of time that we're renting on this place called earth is just the beginning. It's the waiting room of heaven. That's what earth is. It's the waiting room. And that gives us hope and belief and meaning and the why when we have the struggles. If you don't have a why when you're struggling, all you have is despair, right? So let's go into that. That's what Christians believe. Atheists believe this is it. There is no God. There is no reason for life. This is all a big accident. You're an accident. I'm an accident. We're all an accident. So let's just party hard and die hard. Well, I tried that, and I got to tell you, it doesn't work. I was miserable. Life sucked when I didn't believe in God. It really did. And, this is the outcome, is when you choose to believe there is no God, there is no purpose, there is no intention for your life, you were not created, you're just, the result of an accident with matter and molecules and atoms and all that stuff, then your life has no meaning. And if your life has no meaning, what's the result? Despair. Despair. You lose hope. The opposite of hope is despair. And sadness. You're just a sad person walking around with a fake smile, right? That's you. You walk around with that fake smile all day. And you go, I'm happy. But meanwhile, anyone can see through that and go, no, you're not. You're not being authentic. And then the third type, agnostic. Agnostic is a very interesting one. It's the new one. It's the modern one. I'm not going to choose a side because I'm confused. So I don't believe that there isn't a God, but I don't really believe that there is a God. Otherwise, I would live like there was a God, and I would have a relationship with him. So agnostics say, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. So they're undecided. They're the non-committal people. And that's where I was, right? That's where I was. I grew up believing in God, but then I push him out of my life as if he didn't exist. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Whatever, I'm going to party and have a blast. Have fun. And here's what that leads to. It leads to confusion. Confusion about your life. Does he exist? Does he not exist? Which means, is there a reason for my life? Is there not a reason? Am I an accident? Am I not an accident? And then it leads to that emptiness, that void I spoke about earlier. So if that's where you're at, here's the good news. You could break out of that. You can break out of that, always, right? But that's sad. If you choose not to, I feel for you. I feel bad for you because your life's going to suck. It just is. You're constantly going to be in this escalator or assembly line of new fixes, things to put in to fill the void, temporary Band-Aid solutions to make you feel happy. So here's what I'll do. I'll invite you. If you're at that place in your life where you're confused, but you hope there's a God, you wish there was a God, because if there was, then your life would make more sense. And you would have meaning and purpose. And if you want what I have, then here's what I'm going to recommend you do. Just say these simple words up to heaven in your quiet time, right? Speak to God, right? Speak as if he does exist. And just say this. Lord, please come meet me where I'm at. And show me that you're real. If you're real, show me that you're real. I want to believe, but I don't. Be real, be authentic. And if you pray that with a sincere heart and just speak to him and say, show me that you're real, he will. He'll show up in your life in a way that will blow your mind, as it did for me. That's what I wish for you. My name is Joseph Warren, and you were made for greatness. So stop being a wuss and start being a winner. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.